All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Devil's Den Hockey. And tonight, the Devils faced off against the Columbus Blue Jackets for the second time in about a week and a half. First game, we defeat the Columbus Blue Jackets, no problem. And tonight, we do it again. The New Jersey Devils defeat the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-1 in regulation. And you know what? It feels like the Devils are slowly clicking back into place. You're seeing guys like Meier, like Bratt, like Allen, like Heischer, like including new additions, guys like Cody Glass, hell, even Brian Dumoulin, stepping up their game, providing the necessary filling to fill the holes left by Hughes and Hamilton and Siegenthaler. These guys are coming through for the team in a time where we desperately need them. Where everyone said this team isn't making the playoffs, they've stepped up. Where this team has said they're going to fall into a wild card spot, they've stepped up. Where they said that Tom Fitzgerald did not know what the hell he was doing by not going after other guys at the trade deadline and going out and getting Dumoulin and Sprong and Glass. And these guys have stepped up. So, let's get into this. The Devils defeat the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-1 in regulation. It really should have been 2-0, but we'll get there when we get there. So, the first period is a pretty chill period. The Devils come out flying. They want that win. You can feel the energy. They are playing away. So they're not playing at home, but the energy is still there. And the Devils come out flying. They know what they need to do. The mission is clear. They need to beat these Blue Jackets because they are nipping at their heels in the wild card position. So, shots end up being 5-8 in favor of Columbus. This is going to be a pattern throughout the entire game. Columbus ends up leading the shots 8-5. The Devils end up having 5 shots, and the period ends 0-0. Allen plays fan-freaking-tastic, and will continue to play fan-freaking-tastic as the game continues. We move on to the second period. Again, not a whole lot to talk about in the first. Not a whole lot. Second period is where stuff starts to heat up. At 6 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the second period, Timo Meier, Timo time, Timo the tank engine, comes in, barrels hard to the net, gets cross-checked into the goalie, but he puts it in and makes it 1-0 Devils. That is his 20th goal of the year, assisted by Nason for his 16th assist of the year, and Nico freaking Heischer, oh captain, my captain, for his 25th assist of the year. So the Devils lead 1-0, but we're not going to stop there, because by the end of the second period, we get another goal to make it 2-0. And who ends up getting that goal? Jesper freaking Bratt. We've been asking Bratt to score some more goals, and here he is giving production. We asked Timo Meier to step up, and he needs to score some more goals, and he gets a goal in a very power forward way. But Jesper Bratt scores to make it 2-0, assisted by Brian Dumoulin and Cody Glass. Remember, I don't want anyone to be given free rein to get away with some of the shit that we saw on social media post-trade deadline about Fitzgerald. The guys that he has brought in have been decisive in as many games as they have been there. They have produced. They have done their jobs, which we'll get to at the end of this. So keep watching, guys. So, second period ends 2-0 Devils, and we go into the third period, and Jake Allen continues to be the bedrock upon this team's win tonight. He really is. Shots end up being 22-17 in favor of Columbus. They've got 22 shots on net by the end of the second period, and we haven't even gotten to the third, and Allen has stonewalled these Columbus Blue Jackets. And now we go into the third period. And the Devils played so well in the first and the second period, and then they decided, hey, I know Columbus has 22 shots on net. Now, what if we let Columbus get 24 shots on net in only the third period. That third period was, hey, we're going to leave Allen, and we're going to leave him they left him out to dry. They hung him out. They took him out the pasture and said, Allen, we've scored our goals. Now it's on you. And that third period was an absolute objective disaster, okay? The Blue Jackets were up our ass the entire 20 minutes. Like, I think we had, 3 shots in that entire third period because it felt like the entire 20 minutes was played in our defensive end, where Allen is scrambling like an absolute madman for 20 minutes trying to hang on. But inevitably, when you get 24 shots against in a single period, one is bound to go in, and it does. Columbus scores, and now it's 2-1 Devils. And again, I'm panicking because there's still 7.5 minutes left in the third with a 1-goal lead. And Columbus can smell the blood in the water. They can smell a wounded and tired Devils team. And they pour it on and on and on and on. And Allen says, absolutely not. Trump, take notes, because this is how you build a wall, okay? Allen stood on his head tonight. He's been fantastic. Here's some numbers for Jake Allen, because I'm going to glaze Allen for a little bit here, okay? Jake Allen alone had a .978 save percentage just tonight. But ever since January, when Markstrom ended up going down, do you know what his save percentage generally has been? It's been like in the 930s to 940s. The guy is tied for third in the NHL for the most shutouts. He's behind the 2 guys in second by 1 shutout, which he would have had tonight if the Devils had picked up their sticks and, done their job in front of him. Allen was robbed, absolutely robbed of the shutout tonight, okay? It's unbelievable to me. And anyone calling for Allen to be traded or let go at the end of the year in the offseason, I have to ask, what kind of high-quality meth are we ingesting? Because I would like some. Because you have to be high on something to think you're going to let go of Allen at the end of the year. Absolutely not. I'm going to say it. If it was not for Allen, when Markstrom went down, post-Christmas, if it was not for the efforts of Jake Allen, this team would, not only be not top 3 in the Metropolitan, they probably wouldn't have been in a wild card to begin with. They would have been out of the playoff picture, okay? Allen has to go down in this entire year as arguably one of the most underrated Devils of the entire year. Forget Timo Meier, forget Cotter, forget Nason, forget Glass, it's Jake freaking Allen who holds this team in place like an anchor on a ship on a stormy ocean, and holds them in place and keeps them in the fight, game in and game freaking out. Anyways, I'm done with my Jake Allen glazing, but dear God, I mean, how do you look at Jake Allen and go, if it weren't for Markstrom being there, he'd be the number 1 goalie. But without, and that's not even it's not even a question at this point. So, Devils beat Columbus 2-1. Now, before we go, I want to make I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here. I know I just went on with Allen, but I'm going to go on another one, okay? So, there was a lot of talk on social media and a lot of talk from Devils fans after the trade deadline. You know, talking of selling the team, talking of getting rid of Fitz, firing him. He didn't do his job. He didn't do enough. He didn't bolster the team. Here's some interesting point. Just facts of the matter. Since Dumoulin was traded to the Devils, Dumoulin has 2 assists in 5 games, and he has a plus-minus of 0. Now, I understand that doesn't really mean a lot, but he's a bottom-pair defenseman. But he's got 2 assists in 5 games, okay? Now, normally, I wouldn't believe in this. But and it'll be interesting to see what happens at the end of the year here. It'll be interesting to see what happens, to see how well Dumoulin plays. But Dumoulin has actually been a stunning surprise. He's gotten points tonight. My apologies, I was incorrect there. I was correct. 5 games, he's got 2 assists. It's the other guy I got wrong. Dumoulin's been good. Dumoulin's done his job. He's filled in where he needs to be. But let's talk about the addition of Cody Glass. He has been unbelievable for this hockey team since coming to the Devils. Including tonight, he's played 5 games with the Devils. And I understand, 5 games is a very small sample size. And we can sign him to a deal, he can end up doing nothing next year. Totally possible. But in the 5 games he's been with the Devils, he's had 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in 5 games, with a plus-minus of +5. I don't know what more you could expect from Cody Glass, basically your third-line center, who's getting elevated in the lines because he's played that well. He's made that much of an impact. Remember, on day 1 of him coming to the Devils, he got a goal. On day 2 of playing with the Devils, he got a goal. 5 games, 5 points, +5, ±. Anyone who was lambasting Fitz, and I'm not talking people who had constructive criticism. I'm talking about the people who were calling for Fitz to be fired. I think, genuinely, I understand it's a small sample size of 5 games. I think there needs to be a public apology. I really do, to Fitz. I really do. Because again, what more could you have asked for in Cody Glass? What more can you asking for Dumoulin? Right? I mean, I understand 2 points in 5 games, but he's a defensive defenseman on the bottom pairing. And he's still getting points. He got an assist tonight. He's done his job. They're doing their jobs. The trade pickups have been effective. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Sprong, because he's not really done much so far. But Cody Glass was brought in, and I'm mainly talking about Glass here. Cody Glass was brought in so that we can relieve some of the issues at depth. And he has gone above and beyond for what this team is asking him to do. And Fitz, I think, is owed an apology, because holy shit, the amount of crap that Fitz took after the trade deadline, the day after it happened, was unhinged. It was. And I get people were really unhappy. People were really upset with him in the day of and the day or two afterward. But looking back at it now, it's like, damn, Fitz was onto something. And you know what? I think that Fitz is one of those GMs that the definition of their GMing style is let them cook. Let them cook. He is a patient man, and he is a decisive man. He makes decisions not based on what's happening now, but making decisions that he can see play out in the future. And that's the kind of GM that I like. I don't want a GM that is reacting to situations. I want to see a GM that is proactive about situations. That is going, okay, what are our needs? Let's go deal with it. But we're not making a snap decision to deal with something because the team is bleeding. Okay? Anyways, that's going to be it for me, guys. Make sure to check out our live streams on our YouTube channel here. We've been doing a New Jersey Devils season on YouTube, live streaming NHL 25. We've been doing that. We did one today. If you want to see me go ballistic outside of these videos, go watch those, because I went ballistic today earlier. We also have our Twitch channel, Devil's Den 13 on Twitch, where we do non-Devil stuff on there. We do things like Baldur's Gate. We do things like Destiny 1, Destiny 2, Marvel Rivals, all that kind of stuff. So go check that out. Again, on Twitch, it's free to follow. On YouTube, it's free to subscribe. So with that, we're gonna hop off, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you next time. Adios.